Cell phones make it possible for people to communicate instantly, whether they're next door or on the other side of the world. But new studies show they can make a big impact on your face-to-face interactions, too. News 8's Jenna Traum takes a closer look at how your cell phone may be weakening your relationships.
Mike, two new studies from the University of Essex show just having a cell phone around while you're talking to someone might be a big mistake. There's now evidence it can have negative effects on your closeness, connection, and even trust. Kelsey Bach was on a double date recently when one of the guys pulled out his cell phone.
We all just look at him and we're like, what are you doing? And like, updating Twitter, what I'm eating, like who cares? I don't know, it's really frustrating.
Sound familiar? You're not alone. Marriage and family therapist Julie Windall says more and more couples are coming to her complaining about cell phones interfering with their relationships. She says as a generation of multitaskers, people have started multitasking with their interactions too.
I think that we're trying to do as many things as possible, and that's probably why the cell phone is so appealing, because we can interact with someone face-to-face and also with an electronic device.
Now, two new studies from the University of Essex show you don't even have to be using your cell phone for it to weaken your relationships. Just having a cell phone in the room during a face-to-face conversation can make people feel like their partner is less empathetic and less understanding.
I think that even if the phone is not being utilized, it's still kind of an ominous object sitting there, and it's kind of like it could go off at any minute.
And UWL sophomore Matt Birschbach says that sends a bad message.
If you're just checking Facebook or Twitter, I don't know, it sends me that you're not you're bored with me, or you're not really into the date at all. Like you have better things to do with your time.
But that doesn't mean he hasn't checked his phone on a date himself.
I have actually, yeah. I mean, I think most of us are guilty of doing it. I mean, like most of us live on our phone.
After all, it's a hard habit to hang up on. The marriage counselor I talked to says she usually tells her clients it's important to have a designated time during the day when they shut off their phones and just talk to each other. But it might be harder than you think. A survey of U.S. smartphone users shows nearly 60% don't go an hour without checking their phones.
Something to think about there. All right, thanks, Jenna. Also in that survey, 30% of those surveyed admitted they check their phones while eating a meal with others.